say you want it, feature pen. You write books, film, song, not even there, so it end. The way you work, really, them I feel respect it, my friend. Nah, I beg nobody, nothing.
Hello everyone, Jay Mullings from Written Mirror here, aka Wicked Penman. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Share the channel with your friends, family, even your worst enemy if you feel a mind. Welcome to Happy New Year. Welcome to Level 2021, or Level 21 as I've been calling it. I'm obsessed with calling these years levels because we're being tested so much and it feels like it must be a sick game to someone. Today's topic is things I won't miss about 2020. We could be here all day, people. Nah, I'm playing. I'm gonna come up with a few of my own. As always, feel free to take part, add your remarks in the comments if you can think of something that I might have missed. Oh, sorry, before I go any further, in the name of full transparency, there is product placement in this video. This video is being shot on the Lumix S5. I've turned on the autofocus, which is something I almost never do when I use a camera, just to see if it's good enough. I suspect it will be troublesome. But yeah, we shall see in the end. I don't use autofocus for these exact reasons. But anyway, let's keep it moving. The first thing I won't miss about 2020 is just the sheer unpredictability. It seems like every other day is something that's so far unseen, or just like it can't get any worse, can it? Yep, it does. Keep getting punched in the belly. So I guess that leads me into number 2, which is the constant sadness. You know, the constant lows of 2020. We're being constantly hit with bereavement after bereavement, famous person after famous person, as a famous person of substance. Not saying that famous people deserve to be more than regular. No. People who meant something to someone, or people who stood for stuff, they seem to all be. It's almost as if like famous people, athletes, were all going extinct in 2020. The way it was too much. It was a lot. So those are 2 things I won't miss. The third thing is just how unorganized governments around the world are with regards to. I get that this is unprecedented and this is something that no one could have foreseen and bargained for, but you know what I mean? It just seems at times that it's rudderless. People aren't really leading. And my issue with that was, well, at the best of times, you try to convince people that politics is its own thing and they always know what's best, and then you just kind of left people to their own devices and left them to police their neighbors, and it brought out the worst in some people. Right, another thing that I won't miss is, and this might sound selfish, but just how badly affected the sports calendar was. Couldn't go to any games. A lot of games were postponed. A lot of leagues were postponed, to the point where it kind of took away from the rigor, the metal of continuous battle, in terms of like for regular seasons, sports that play a season, basically. Football, basketball, so on and so forth. Not saying those titles don't have worth, but the season was interrupted. You know, that will forever, people might want to put asterisks on it. And there was a time when some people are saying it doesn't count, and you know, the leagues might be completely cancelled and forgotten about and scrubbed off the record books. But you know, just that disruption is not something I look forward to. Obviously, things like major sporting events got cancelled. The Olympics was a myth, didn't happen. I won't miss that about 2020. It's like the first year where this has all happened, apart from wartime, obviously. You know, in the war, obviously they weren't playing no sports during that time. And then I guess another thing I won't miss about 2020 is whenever anyone with any actual knowledge and experience tried to speak on a topic, they would almost always be bombarded with people who think that their uneducated opinion, their lack of experience, bypasses the person who's the expert in the field. it got annoying and tiresome to see, because there was a point where you couldn't really tell anything credible, because the person who's supposed to be in a position of giving you credible information is being pretty much, virtually having tomatoes thrown at them in favor of someone who just makes a bag of noise and is not known for anything. That's who people were choosing to listen to, and that was definitely a 2020 thing that I won't be sad to see the back of. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna miss that at all. Another thing would be, I'm gonna keep just moving around and testing this thing and see how long it takes to find me, seeing as that's what you want when you're autofocusing. But yeah, just like I said, full disclosure, normally when I film, I don't use autofocus. This is the first time I've ever used autofocus when I'm filming. Well, the video before this was the first time, this is the second time. And I'm just trying in different situations and different lighting conditions. Anyway, we'll get to my final thoughts about this camera soon enough. That'll be another video or something. Let's stick with the 2020 theme, the end of 2020 theme, the things that I won't miss. Another thing I won't miss is certain things just became magically in vogue. All of a sudden, it was cool to support black businesses. It was cool to support your friends. But it was just within that, like, there was like a period where a grace period where this is what was being done, and then I can't stand the temporary reactionary type things. I'm not a fan of those things. I won't miss that about 2020. All of a sudden, certain people that wouldn't go near anything called spirulina or anything called, all of a sudden they're all like jumping in, and it's all faddy, like, yeah. Nothing wrong with trying new things, expanding your horizons. It's just how annoying certain people got with it, where they were carrying. All right, that's the part of it that was annoying. Let me just be specific about this. It's the fact that you're new to something, but you're coming in and acting as if you're one of the founding members, or like chill out, sit down. The way how people were like calling out of like, oh, why isn't this celebrity responded in this time? And these are people who are new to whatever cause it is themselves. Like, whatever it is that's new to them, they're coming in with these demands of other people, or they're belittling other people because they've caught a little bit. And I can't. I'm so happy to see the back of that. So hopefully that's something that gets dropped in 2020. I would say other childish things like, TikTok dance trends. When the song isn't good, if the song is not good, please don't bother with no silly dances to go with the stupid song. It just gets annoying. But I'm not part of the TikTok culture, so have at it. I don't care. Another thing I won't miss about 2020 is when people speak about industries such as, like, the creative industry, it's always with a view of it being, they're speaking about the top. They're never speaking about any of the other levels, you see. So when the creative industry needed a bailout, it was really envisioned that they need a bailout at the top. No one cared about the grassroots people and the people beneath that, and the whole industry is quite on shaky footing, which was something I predicted. There's another thing I miss about 2020. When you're the first to speak about something, people are quick to rubbish it without even giving it a second thought. I'm so happy that those days are done now, because people are now being proven wrong when it comes to certain things. I made a video about the Black Panther situation. When Chadwick passed and before it became, we're not going to recast, I was like, yep. In my mind, I knew this was kind of where they were going. And I was like, look, this is why this shouldn't happen. I understand why you would, but no, there's no precedent for it to be like that. Don't do it. Don't encourage this being done. But anyway, yeah. The minute you kind of speak out and say something like that, you're likely to, it's almost if people hear, if you say you don't like oranges, people hear, well, are you trying to say that apples aren't, like apples are the best fruit ever? Like, no, that's not what I'm saying. But that's one of the things that definitely I'd be happy to see that stay in 2020. travel bans, not being able to go anywhere. I understand the lockdown procedurally. I understand lockdown, I understand the need to contain things. I understand, locking down things. I understand wanting to protect citizens and so on and so forth. But what I didn't understand was it's okay to 1 minute, everyone go, okay, go ahead, enjoy yourselves. Next minute, lockdown. Or you go somewhere, oh yeah, but you can't come back. That was, I hope that it's not the same in 2021. I hope that the borders get to some sort of normalcy and some form of common sense can be, some kind of pragmatism, I should say, not common sense. None of this is easy to anyone. I'm not trying to throw anyone underneath the bus, but the idea that you to go on a holiday somewhere requires some amount of foresight. This is when I'm available. This is when I'm going. This is when I'd like to come back. But to kind of pull the rug from underneath people as either as they're going or when they're there or when they're intending to come, I just didn't think that was very good. And I don't know how the tourism industry is going to cope. I don't know if they're going to survive. I don't know if this is something they can come back from. I'm not sure. But it just seems like a lot of unnecessary stress is being placed on the traveler and the people who are paying their money. But yeah, that's something I hope is a 2020 thing that we can kind of say goodbye to. Another thing I hope we can leave in 2020 is I'm not even sure if this started in 2020, but it sure felt like it went to like the highest level of it was the first whatever it is to do this, the first to do that, and then you're checking it out that it's not actually the first, it's probably the first in a while. Like, if someone says the first person on the moon, you don't want to go and then find out that, oh, actually, someone went on the moon before that. This is actually the first person in 50 years to go. Oh, come on. Like, there was a lot of that going on. But yeah, these are just some of the things I can think of. I'm sure there's loads more that you could probably think of. If so, please leave it in the comments. My voice sounds a little bit rough, truthfully. If anyone who knows me personally or has been paying attention to my social media and stuff knows that myself, my family, we've suffered a major bereavement in the family, and it's been hard. Think even simple things like rest, eating. And I've just had this, I don't know, ever since I got the news, it's like I've had like this massive knot in my throat that won't go away. Makes it hard to speak sometimes. Sometimes I don't even feel like talking at all. I've not really been answering my phone for a while, so on and so forth. I just don't feel my most prepared to speak. So even this is quite, but I want to start exercising the muscle again and start pushing myself back out there and see what I can do. I do feel motivated. I do feel like, like there is a opportunity to try and claw back some of what 2020 took from me and took from a lot of people. But this autofocus thing, I'm gonna have to wait until I'm editing it to see if it's any good or not. But my just looking at the viewfinder here, I don't know if this is going to be very good. If it's not, then I apologize. I just wanted to try it, just to say that I tried it. The camera, like I said, the S5, I'll give my final thoughts on it soon enough. I've had a lot of time with it, and I'll go through my complete list of pros and cons, and ultimately whether I think it's worth getting or not, because I think that's what a lot of people find the most interesting or the most relevant. Anyway, thank you once again. Thank you to everyone who's liked, commented, subscribed, shared some of the videos, like even giving me that energy of like letting me know that whether they feel inspired or whatever, the videos have helped them, or they admire my work rate. Someone said to me the other day, which I thought it was hilarious that I've got the what I go through more videos than a porn star. I was cracking up. I thought that was hilarious. So yeah, just yeah, a lot of that stuff. It all adds up and it all means something, and hopefully it all leads to something. But even if it doesn't, appreciate the journey and appreciate you coming on the journey with me. All right. Anyway, that's a long wind up to say thank you very much for everyone that's supported. I hope that you stay with me, and I hope to keep growing the Written Mirror and the Wicked Penman channels. So yes, if you see this on the Written Mirror channel, please follow the Wicked Penman channel. If you see this on the Wicked Penman channel, please come over to the Written Mirror channel. Jay Mullings from Written Mirror, aka Wicked Penman. I'm gone. I'm out. See you later. Take care.